Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally that time. A 3-year journey from the COVID pandemic shutting down the XFL, purchased by Danny Garcia and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And here we are 3 years later, the culmination of the 2023 XFL season as the 5-6 Arlington Renegades, consummate underdog, take on the #1 team all season, 10-1 DC Defenders, who just so happen to be 8.5-point favorites to win your 2023 XFL Championship game. Highlight commentary. Opening drive, here we go. Renegades with the football, toss for the huge first down, now inside DC territory. Very next play, Luis Perez exposed the fact that he masturbated before kickoff because a lotion led to him fumbling the football. Look at this man, slip and slide on his fingers. It's a championship game. You can't afford to put the ball on the ground, pussy. 2 plays later, Perez gonna beat the blitz, got Canella over the middle. A defender misses, and he goes into the end zone for the score. The Renegades take the lead in the championship. Arlington would opt for a 2-point conversion.
Fuck out of here. Access denied.
You could have seen this video early and ad-free. Make sure to join on patreon.com/Chiseled Adonis, and you won't have to worry about ads. What are you waiting for? Click the link in the description. The lead would remain sticks. Here comes DC's offense. Jordan Ta'amu would be stopped in the backfield, and their entire drive would be a failure. They'd go 3 and out. The Renegades take the field once more. 3rd and long. Perez with a strike. Got his man in DC territory again. Just look at the catch. His hand's so reliable, I could throw a newborn baby out of a 63rd story window, and I guarantee he'll catch it. 3 plays later, the defenders aren't defending because Perez finds another man for a first down, now at the 25. And the conversions will not stop. 3rd down once more. It's converted and carried to the 7-yard line. Kelly Bryant, in at quarterback, hasn't thrown a single pass all season, but on his 3rd carry, 2nd of this game, finds the end zone, and the Renegades lead by 2. Hold in on the offense. Look at this jackass right here.
You figured me out. You got me red-handed. You fucking income fucking poop.
And then I was like, dude, I didn't know this Bud Light was gay. It still tastes good. Following the penalty 2 plays later, Luis Perez back in the game, looking towards the back of the end zone. He's got Tyler Vaughn for the touchdown, and DC now trails by 2 scores. The nation's capital is getting cooked in the Alamo Dome as the Arlington Renegades lead 14-0. Top of the 2nd quarter, DC looking to respond. Jordan Ta'amu looking towards his right, got his man in Renegade territory. Still driving down the field 3 plays later. 3rd and 10, Ta'amu's gonna have to use his legs. Got enough to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive. The DC Bloods now in the Sioux Whoop zone. Ta'amu rolling towards his right, looking towards the end zone. Got a man. Yoink. But he plays for the other team. Pass intercepted in the end zone by the Renegades. DC folds again. The flag was on the offense, so it doesn't even matter. How you an 8.5-point favorite and your dumbass trailing by 14? Arlington's offense hasn't been slowed down yet. They keep picking up first down after first down. They out here marching down the field like it was halftime at an HBCU. Their 3rd drive would culminate on a 29-yard field goal to lead by 3 scores, 17-0. 4:30 left to go in the first half. Hand off to Abram Smith, enough to pick up a first down for the defenders. Then with 38 seconds left to go before the break, Smith would take it into the end zone for the score. DC is finally on the board. On the 2-point conversion, DC trying to build all the momentum and tell
Sit back down.
I'm sad.
The NBA Finals is vastly approaching, and I'm feeling generous right now. So I've decided to give away another Xbox X and PS5. We've did it on 3 different occasions, 6 different winners. One of these can be yours, and you didn't even need to spend any money. All you gotta do is subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. Literally click 2 buttons, and you'll be entered to win. The winners will be selected at random the day after the final game of the NBA Finals. All you gotta do is subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. That's it. Already at midfield, the Renegades refuse to go into the break without momentum. Beautiful pass from Luis Perez to get into field goal range. Then from 51 yards out, the kick is booted through the uprights, and it's good. They go into the break leading by 14, 20-6. To the second half we go. Opening possession for the defenders. It's the championship game, 4th and 1. Why punt when Abrams can burst up the middle, finds a hole as tight as a nun's vagina, squeezes through, goes 52 yards into the end zone for the score, and we've got an 8-point game. Look at the vision from the suicide cam. Executed to perfection. On the 2-point conversion to cut the deficit down to 6, Tamu's pass sails incomplete. For the first time today, momentum on the defender's side. Luis Perez doesn't give a shit. He's going to carry it inside DC territory to the 45. Then, a couple plays later, he takes the snap, looks over the middle, got his man for the first down. He's down at the 30. DC's defense getting cut up like documents that can help the needy in Congress. The Arlington Crips in the swoop zone, handoff to Letty Brown, gonna break a couple of tackles, goes into the end zone, 2-possession lead for the Renegades again. But much to their chagrin, on the 2-point conversion, they attempted to push the lead up to 16, they'd fail. Ensuing drive for the defenders, Tamu's about to let it fly.
Come here.
I forgot to tell you.
Tamu would be taken down for the sack, but on the very next play, he'd remain unfazed from the defense because he finds Hammond all the way down the field, who cruises into the end zone for the score, and DC cuts their deficit again. On the 2-point conversion, handoff to Abram Smith, he'd fight his way into the end zone. They cut the deficit down to 6, but there's laundry on the field. This nincompoop decided to throw the football at his opposition when all the momentum has finally shifted back in DC's favor. You gotta be a special kind of dumbass to cost your team when you're trailing in the championship game and you're gonna give the opposition a short field on the ensuing kickoff.
You big dummy.
To make matters worse, DC's kicker would boot it out of bounds, giving the Renegades the football at the 30, and on the very next play, the last play of the third quarter, Brown would go rifling into the end zone for the score, and it's a double-digit lead again. They tried the 1-point conversion, but it was an absolute failure, but the damage was already done. 15 minutes left to play, DC trailing by 11. It's time for Jordan Tamu to put the team on his back, but he throws an interception straight into the arms of the Renegades, and it's returned all the way down to the 23-yard line. You need a shout out? Book me on Cameo.com/Chiseled Adonis and get a shout out, birthday wishes, draft order for your fantasy football team. It don't matter. Book me. What are you waiting for? Although Arlington would fail to find the end zone, they'd connect on a 33-yard field goal to make it a 15-point game with under 10 minutes left to play. After yet another DC 3-and-out, here come the Renegades looking to put this game on ice. They chewed 6 minutes off the clock, and they're not slowing down yet as they would march inside defender territory. Then, after an 8-minute drive, somehow Luis Perez fumbles the football when a first down would have put this game out of reach. The defenders still have a chance. We've seen 15-point comebacks in 2 minutes earlier on in the season. Can the defenders pull off a miracle? They're driving down the field to the 45 with 1:54 left to play. Now inside Renegade territory, Tamu takes the snap. He's got all kinds of time. Rolling towards his right, got his man at the 41. 94 seconds remain after DC used their second timeout. But Tamu dumps it off to Smith, and look at this nincompoop. Rather than go out of bounds, he lowers the shoulder to keep the clock moving. You losing by 15 with under 90 seconds left to play. You're gonna need all the time you can get. Why would you not go out of bounds?
You remind me of a jackass.
DC would have to clock it and lose it down, but it doesn't hurt him because Tamu finds Hammond again, who spins his way into the end zone for the score. DC cuts their deficit down to 9. Rather than go for one, they'd put the pressure on themselves. Tamu's pass is caught but incomplete because Mans couldn't get both his feet down. They trail by 9. Want to become an official member at Hold My Nuggets Incorporated? Head over to ChiseledAdonisShop.com and grab your merch. Stock is flying off the shelves. Get it before it's gone. Grab a hat. Let the people know your affiliation. 4th and 15 onside attempt. Tamu needs the conversion here. His pass is intercepted, and you could take the L out of lover because this championship game is over, brother. The upset is complete. The defenders, #1 in the XFL all season, lose in the championship game despite being 8.5-point favorites. And look at them on the sideline, bewildered, sitting there, looking like some bitches.
Don't it make you sad now? Go on and just be a rhythm. Baby, go on and just be a rhythm. You can go on and just be a rhythm. Baby, go on and just be a rhythm. Go on and just be a rhythm. I already cried. Be a rhythm. Gonna cry no more, yeah, yeah.
And for Bob Stoops, the two-time Coach of the Year, national champion with the Oklahoma Sooners in 2000, 10-time Big 12 champion, walked into the XFL looking for a new challenge, walked out champion as his Arlington Renegades, which wasn't even supposed to make the postseason, limping into the playoffs at 4-6, overcome the Houston Roughnecks, overcome the DC Defenders, overcome an 8-point spread en route to the biggest upset of the year, as the Arlington Renegades are your XFL 2023 champions, and your MVP, Luis Perez, who over the course of the last 4 years played in the AAF, the XFL in 2020, the USFL, a different team at the beginning of this season, but can hold up that miniature X as the MVP of the game, as he led his squad into taking out their Metro cards and getting aboard the W train. But for their opposition, the DC Defenders, they would go somewhere different, because they'd be taking out their Metro cards and getting aboard the L train. But their ride would be short-lived, because they've arrived at Elimination Station for their failures of cementing themselves with the greatest XFL season in XFL history, their failures of making the Rock's promise wrong, of wearing the wrong jersey on opening night of this inaugural season, their failures of upholding the 8.5-point favorite spread in their favor. Consider their names written down to Death Note, because their dreams of hoisting up the Big X trophy, their dreams of bringing a championship back to Washington, their dreams of being the 2023 XFL champions has been absolutely deleted.
There's only one thing left to do. Gotta write their names in the Death Note. Delete!
Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. Deletion.
Deleted!
You will rest in peace.
You mean to tell me you watched the entire video but you haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button and become a member on Patreon or on YouTube to get access to the Discord. We're waiting for you in the Shadow Realm.
Do it! Just do it! Make your dreams come true! Please! Please!
What are you waiting for, huh? Oh my god.